So, about 2 years ago, Apple released a batch of new computers, the 14 inch as well as 16 inch. And it was a redesigned new look and new chips. And it was pretty refreshing to see. However, I couldn't afford it back then. So I always figured I would get a 16-inch MacBook Pro eventually. But that being said, today is that day. So what I ended up getting is the 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Max chip, as well as 32 gigs of RAM, a terabyte of SSD, as well as 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, an HDMI port, an SD card slot, and surprisingly, a MagSafe port, and a 1080p webcam. Now, that being all said, this is kind of old news at this point because this is a 2-year-old laptop. But I was recently on Amazon and I found a very compelling deal for this laptop being 11% off. So I decided to order it, and here it is. So today we're going to be doing a unboxing as well as kind of first impressions. So that being said, let's get this thing unboxed. So starting off, Apple gives you this little pull tab here. They make it real easy to just kind of rip off the cellophane. Right. And one of the things that I really like about the way that Apple designs their boxes is that they just glide open, like when you just take two hands and then you slowly but surely get it open. So then you have a pull tab right here, and if you lift that, you will be lifting up your MacBook. So we'll just set the MacBook aside for the moment and take a look at some of the accessories and other things that come with this, designed by Apple in California. So if we open this, you just have some standard information, and you are also given 2 black stickers. So, hey, spend $4,000 on a computer and you can get some stickers. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. So then you are also given a MagSafe charging cable. Now it's braided, which is really nice. And the interesting thing about this one is that it looks pretty much silver braided, which is pretty cool. Now I understand on the new M2 MacBooks that the space gray comes with its own braided cable that has kind of a space grayish color scheme, I think. Whereas this one doesn't really have that, but it works in my favor because this is a silver MacBook, so I'm basically getting the same thing that people would now. So then you are also given a, I think this is 96 watts charging brick. It's actually 140. You can also take off the, if you want to, you can buy an accessory, which I don't know if you really want to after spending all that money, but where you can plug in a separate cable so that it can extend the brick longer so that you don't just have to have a wall wart, basically. So now we will unwrap the braided cable. I would have to say that this cable seems like it'll be long enough. I like it. It's good. Now I know some people say that they have that. I've heard like iJustine say, as well as like people in Linus Tech Tips talking about how MacBooks have like a new smell to them. I don't know if that's true. I'll try to give it a whiff. It just kind of smells like nothing. I don't know what they're talking about. Wow, this thing is silver. So yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of a nice silver aluminum chassis. And the cool thing is I like a lot how they have Mac Pro written on the bottom here. So now what we're gonna do is turn turn it on. Wow. Now, I really like the black keyboard, kind of contrasting the rest of the silver chassis, as well as the speakers look fairly large. So I'm imagining we're going to get some really good bass response on these. It's actually not as heavy as I was expecting it to be. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn it on. That is a really magnetic click to the MagSafe charger. I really like that. Let's test something. Oh. So if you tug on it, like you can see over here, if you tug on it, it takes it with it. But if you give a forceful tug, like, oh wait. Oh, I see now. So, see, the interesting thing about the MagSafe charging cable is that when it's connected, if you tug on it, like this way, it does not delatch. But if you do it down or up, then it dehooks, which, you know, I'm hoping that if somebody trips on it, then maybe they make it trip upward or downward, you know? So, yeah. So we are going to plug in this cable to then see how it looks on the screen. Okay, so it immediately connects. Yeah, that works extremely well, turning it off and then having it on my display here. That's awesome. I don't know, obviously it's not gonna be, this display is not gonna be as good as this display, but it's still gonna be pretty damn cool. So yeah, I guess my overall first impressions are, I'm extremely happy with it. So yeah, very good. Hello, I actually forgot to shoot an outro for this video at the time that I was shooting that first impressions and unboxing. I just want to say that if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or maybe subscribing if you enjoyed this content and maybe want to see a bit more. It would help support me and hopefully I could give you content that you would enjoy. But that being said, I've been editing this video that you're watching actually on my MacBook, and boy, it's just amazing. It just blazes through the footage. But that being said, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.